Guys, listen, I don't have any notes. This isn't rehearsed. This is what you call impromptu. And some of you may enjoy it and some of you may not. So I'm just going to have a chit chat. This is going to be like if it was live. Kisses to all my subscribers. Thank you so much for your love and your support. Everything. I love your comments and your likes and your well wishes for my family. It just means a lot to me. Thank you. So let's get to it, guys. This is my third take, and I feel like I was just rattling along, but I'm going to try not to bore you, but I'm not going to keep you long either. You know, what I've noticed is that she's coming out a lot more lately. And I have to assume, number one, that WME needs her to keep showing her face for PR moves. But this last moment, she looked weird. She didn't look herself, I should say. And she looked like what that bracelet was there for. And that's all I really have to say about that. Like, whatever she's stressed about and going through, I think that she's created this for herself. And she needs to figure out how to fix it. But it just seems like they just keep going in the opposite direction. And this is why, because anytime that you can continue to blame others, you can't continue to say that it's someone else's fault because you're not successful. It's not our fault because you're stressed or you're not successful, or, you know, your Spotify deal didn't go through because maybe, no. Ownership and taking responsibility that, oops, maybe I wasn't good in that. Maybe Hollywood had it right the first time. And that I should have just stayed a D-lister because that's the level that I was at. But the ambition of it all, because she's become the Duchess of Sussex. Check this out. So Lindsay Schofield is telling us that Meghan's coming out with the TIG soon. She's relaunching that. She's going to tell us, what skincare and her stress bump thing, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I think this is why she needs to go away for just a moment. Okay? Because every time she comes out the door, no one takes her seriously. It's always negative, even when she's trying to make it positive. Going to the market to get some honey with the dog, that was supposed to be a positive PR move. But it just, you know what it did? It showed, she went to the market with the dog, that is no dogs allowed. And then, it was a whole negative report around it, which tells me that people are not in the forgiving mood. They're not ready to forgive her. They're not ready to say, oh, okay, let's move on, as much as she is. And because she thinks blaming erases her, this is my thoughts. She has to. I believe Meghan stating that it's not her fault, it erases her from blame or failure or anything that, but it's not an excuse to do it. That's it. It's not an excuse to do it. It's something she does. It's her MO. let's blame Spotify. Her latest victim, in my mind, was Spotify, and telling us that Spotify didn't give her any serious direction. After, like, all my subscribers has told me that they had a whole studio built for her comfort, so she could be comfortable, so she could run up there and see Junior, Prince and Princess anytime she gets ready to. She didn't have to get in a car. She didn't have to ride to Malibu or LA to do her podcast. She did it right there in the comfort of her own home. All she had to do is invite those A-listers that she invited to her wedding to come and sit down and have tea with her or have a little chit chat. Hey, listen, I'm on a podcast now. I need you guys to support me in this. Girl, I'm going to interview you too. You know, I'm interviewing you all. Get ready. She couldn't do that. I don't know I don't know. I went off into that and I forgot what I was saying. One of my husband had read one of your comments, and one of the comments said, I love when you, like, say you forget. And I'm like, when I get off, I'm like, honey, I hate when I'm like, oh, what was I saying? What was I saying? And that's when he read that to me. It made me feel a lot better. Like, okay, it's okay. Because sometimes I do go a little deep and I start really thinking about that moment and I forget my point. But I do know this, is that Meghan is pleading and begging for something from us because she keeps coming outside. Hello, it's me. It's Meghan. But, you know, she's entitled to come outside. She's entitled to be, have pictures with paparazzi. Yeah, she's entitled to do all of that weird stuff that she likes to do to get attention. It is. But here in America, it doesn't do anything for us. It doesn't. It's not a story. It's not a story. Now, the story, her being at Taylor Swift's concert, that was a story. Page 6 reported that. That was of interest. But like people said, there's no pictures, there's no proof. And so what's the point of talking about it if you got to show it? You got to show proof now because no one believes anything that she says. That's really bad for Meghan because she needs people to believe her. But I didn't take this somewhere else, as you can see. And this is my point. It's like no one believes her. It's like, okay, this is the crazy part. Everybody's talking about, okay, Meghan went to Taylor Swift's. And I thought it was the end of it. I really did. I was like, okay. You know, she didn't go, no big deal. I didn't really make a big fuss if she went or if she didn't. However, people are coming out saying there's no pictures. Where is she? There is nothing in sight that shows her. And then at one moment we thought that button may have represented something. But it goes to show you that people don't trust her. It's a bigger picture with that. Like, you normally, you just, you know, I just figured, I trusted it. I said, okay, she went or she didn't go. I don't know how I really thought about it, but now that I'm thinking about it, people are really digging into the picture aspect of it because they don't trust her. And if the public just don't trust you, that means nothing that she says, nothing that comes out of her mouth is really authentic or that we believe, and we need proof. unless we see proof, then we're not going to believe it. Wow. That's where your reputation has gone. And did you hear about William's reputation is better than some of the people that live in the United States? Yeah, he's got it going on. And, give it up to Meghan and Harry for shining a light on that. Oh, yes, I truly believe that. Oh, OMG. And then we're going to let you guys go. The body language guy. He was talking about the mystery woman. And then I was like, oh my God, I hope everything is okay with the mystery woman, with him, because he was like, oh my God, I'm putting the mystery woman on spotlight. He said, next thing you know, there'll be magazines and stuff posting about her and stuff, and he's, I could tell he didn't want that to happen. But he also was saying, and what I saw, and I almost got up and did a video last night because of his post, because he was showing this woman. First of all, he showed Harry kissing him, doing this to Nacho. I said, what? And he showed it in slow motion. And I said, why is he kissing, doing that to Nacho when he was giving him the trophy? And so the body language guy was like, yeah, it can happen, people do it or whatever, but who knows? And then the body language guy goes in and he starts talking about the mystery woman. And so Harry is weird with Nacho. It's a weird relationship there. I'm confused. And so he gets over there and he starts talking to all the people that was in that little circle. And there's just one mystery woman that's looking up at him like she wants to just go to bed with him. In a sense. And so, but you could tell, like, she's flirting. That's what I called. She was flirting with him big time. Let me know, guys. If you see the mystery woman, was she flirting? This one is going to be short, guys. It really is. I miss you guys. I really, really enjoy hanging out with you, spending time with you. I hope this level is a little better. I feel like I'm more level to you guys. So hopefully it's better. What else? I think that's it. I know I did want to say this. And I was listening to Lindsay Schofield in one of the news channels that she usually comes on and as a guest. And one of the commentators said, Harry is fifth in line to the throne. Are they going to, make arrangements to remove that just in case? And then Lindsay Schofield got like all serious. Like, I don't even want to think about it being a just in case or something like that happening. That's reality. Like I'm trying to get my will and stuff together to make sure that if anything happens to me and Eric, anyway, God forbid. But, the UK don't want to be loved with a queen. Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex. Could you imagine Meghan being the Queen of England? Lindsay Schofield? Oops. I mean, yes, they need to be making provisions to make sure that Harry is not only stripped of his HRHs, but also stripped of his duty to become, king over the UK. Because he's still in line. And being still in line still means there is that opportunity. That's it. And that's what I believe the the GB News person was asking Lindsay Schofield, but that's just me. I'm technical. I am. I'm very technical. What else? But no. Something about Harry raising $100 million. No, excuse me, $1 million. $1 million for going to Japan and so on, which I think is a really awesome amount. But I feel like it should have been more. I really do. I just feel like, what? Oh, okay. You're gonna need to raise more than that to make Netflix do a flippity do. Because isn't Netflix doing a whole series around Invictus? And how do they get paid? Because Meghan and Harry's name is on it. And if they're only making $1 million during this little moment, that's not quite a bit of money. I could be wrong. Because, $1 million would be great for me. I didn't really have a whole lot to say more about our girl Meghan Markle today. She's looks, in my personal opinion, she looks in the slums. She looks like she's like, but it's, to me, this is the thing. You can either feel sorry for her and start thinking, oh, poor Meghan, she's all alone. Maybe one of the A-listers will call her and check on her and see how she's doing and become her friend and then bring her status back to life. The WME is, I don't know when or how or whatever, but eventually the show is going to stop because the money is going to run out. And if this Tig thing don't do what she needed to do, what is that supposed to do, guys? This is, again, I have no notes, and that's why it's impromptu. And me just guessing and thinking out loud. No, what is she going to do? Even the book and all this, it just feels like a whole bunch of hoopla. It really does. This is what I wanted to say, and I haven't said it, is that she needs to, do what Bethany said, for, a year. Just quiet it down for just a moment, even if it's not a year. And remember when they said she was quiet for 3 months? I don't remember anybody being quiet at all. I don't remember Meghan being quiet. I remember her disappearing, but I don't remember her being quiet. Do you? I do not remember. Someone said, one of them commentaries said, Meghan went away, Sussa Squad, Meghan went away for 3 months and now she's back out and da-da-da-da-da. No, Meghan never went anywhere. Meghan just was quiet. And Meghan was just not around, but she was still talking. Oh, it's something. See, I went too deep. I did it again. I just made that point. Listen, guys. No. Yes, she does. She needs to go away in a little cottage. If you haven't seen The Man in the Iron Mask, my point about that movie was that maybe she needs to do what the Good King did at the end and let the man in the new man in the Iron Mask take the mask off and go let her stay in the country and then live out a happy life privately. But not even that, just for a moment. Listen, I didn't say it. Bethany said it. Because I don't think necessarily it's great to push someone, to obscurity, to be quiet, to not, want to continue to be. But for the sake of her reputation, Because nothing she comes out and does or do or say is going to be looked at in a very dignified, loving, caring, awesome, beautiful light. It's going to be scrutinized, crucified, taken apart, and squished like a bug. And then it's just then we're going to be looking at her next thing. What's next? Because that's what's happening to her. Every time she comes out, there's some funny looking jail suit or something. You know, it doesn't make Meghan look like the best person right now. And in my opinion, I just think that Bethany had the best idea, because Bethany told her, honey, her sister, whatever she said, you need to go and just go off somewhere for a while and just shut it down. Just shut it down. You need to be quiet. She's coming. She's coming out with something because they keep showing her face and doing something and showing her face and showing her face. And for some reason, I believe that this is WME's tactic. And I think that someone needs to knock on their door and let them know it's really not working. Meghan will make money, but not on the level that she hopes and wishes. Unless they're selling out these clothes that they keep popping up, that she's merchandising or whatever. I'm not. I don't want to look like Meghan. I don't want to wear something that she's wearing. I don't want to represent that. But that's just me. But there's other people that do, for whatever reason that they have chosen. And that's okay. But my point is like, how much is her brand going up? That's it. Because Meghan is all about her brand. It's not been about anything else. It's not been about people. It's not been about her husband. It's not been about anything but what's going to make her successful. And my question is, do you think anything that she's doing right now is helping her reputation? That's helping her get better and good with the people? Whether it's the A-listers or the UK or the American people, whoever, what is she doing to help herself get back into the good graces of the people that she needs to like her? Because the Sussex squad is not as big as you think. And these people that are coming on here making excuses for Meghan, they're running out of excuses. And you can hear it in their conversation. They're saying it. One the other day said, well, you know, I get that Harry's not going to ever have a good relationship with his mother, with his brother and his family, because of what Meghan and him did on the Oprah show and And however, the American people in the UK and all the rest, everybody needs to forgive them. That's what she said. She said everybody's going to have a family spout and all of that. In other words, almost to the thing like we need to stay out of it. Watch my last video. I hope you listen to it. And I hope I don't go rant too much. But my point is that she was trying to tell us that it's time to forgive Meghan and Harry for whatever, for slashing off their families. And that it was okay for the royal family to still have the wounds and stuff and understand that they're not going to have a relationship with them because of what happened. And they probably won't ever have a relationship until the baggage is gone. That's what the commentator said, calling Meghan baggage. Once she's gone, he'll be able to mend those relationships. But there's grace and there's mercy But to think you have that with the people that you slash is not cool. I do believe Harry thinks that he's just going to waltz back in there and be like, oh, forgive me, and everybody will. But I don't think that it's happening as quickly. See, this is what I think. I think that Harry did call over there to his brother and start saying stuff. And then William said, well, man, what do you want us to do about that? Meghan, what do you want us to do about her? He said, you know, what? Are you ready to leave? And Harry wasn't ready to leave, obviously. He's in Singapore with his friend, very close friend, talking about how he's going to buy something for his wife. So, really, desperateness. Made up word. But no, it's just weird. Oh, yeah. I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing anything or whatever. I really enjoy chit-chatting with you guys. Look, my earring is missing. You never know what's going to be missing on me. I would have to say this was a busy week and I'm shutting it down, a busy week for Meghan and Harry because, you know, the whole People magazine and Spotify, it's their fault, spilled into his Singapore visit, Taylor Swift. She's going to her concert. There's no proof. Everybody's like, they don't believe her. Where's the pictures? That's big. And then she's walking outside. Some of you, let me mention this because some of you mentioned this too, that it was like 70 degrees. And I don't know if that's cold or not, but it's not warm, but it's not like that. I don't think she needs the scarf I don't think she needed the coat. It was, I don't know, a sweater though. Because I don't know. But that's not what got me. I feel like she was trying to cover up something. That's what I felt like. But I felt like she was trying to cover up something. And her hand looked smaller than normal. And Andy by Terry is saying she's stressed out. Of course she is. She will forever be stressed out because she's done something. And it's interesting how some dance around what it is that she's done. And I tend to go back to I don't go back to Mexit because Mexit, I feel like they still had an opportunity. But I didn't want to watch her anymore, like follow her like I was following Catherine. And then, and I know I've said this before, but my point is that the fall for me was the Oprah Winfrey show. It was it for me. Like, I was like, oh, wow. And I think that you can pick what was it for you, the book, the curtsy, the racism comment, I think the lying did it for me. I was like, that, because what she was saying on the Oprah show, honestly, guys, in my opinion, it just felt like it wasn't true. I was just like, that doesn't sound like that happened. I said, is she really saying this? That's not what I saw. I saw something different, and I was just like, they're taking care of Meghan. They're treating her like she's one of their own. And so why is she coming over here saying something different? And like Michelle Obama said, that you're gonna have spouts or disagreements with your in-laws. That's a given. But Meghan was never intended to be a player, a player in the whole royal dynasty of it all, because she was too quick to give it up. How do you instantly decide that you don't want your HRHs anymore and that you don't want to be a princess anymore, but you're still hanging on to it? You can't tell. That would have hurt me if it was Meghan, but she can go around pretending like, oh, that didn't hurt. That stung, because it's official. They're erasing you. Oh, that. You're being erased. I don't care how you put it. She's off the website. She's not on. So you're not on the website anymore. So where are you? What are you doing? How's that brand going for you? How's that? How's your reputation? How's your popularity? How's your A-lister friends? How is your relationship with your husband? How is life in general? How is it going with your father? Is it going with your father? How's it going with Harry's father? It's like there's like cracks everywhere. And so for Harry to keep pretending like his wife doesn't have these issues is interesting. It is. Because you can't fake all that happened. All that happened. All of that is still happening. And then let's just put icing on the cake. Jobs aren't coming. She's having to go back to resources. Like Tara by Andy said, she's having those resources. I said it too. Those deals that she had in the beginning, they're not there anymore. Those deals are over. They're like, nope, we don't want to take the risk. And if we do, then you're going to have to get paid on this level. We're not giving you millions. And so it's not enough for her to take the gig. Or it's going to be putting her in a situation where she doesn't look like a delicate flower anymore, like this wonderful princess that doesn't need to work. So let's buy the rights for this film or what. And yes, Netflix did it. And so my key thing that I keep wanting to know is who's spitting out the money for this film. Obviously Netflix, because they've set in the tone to buy the rights. So why was even the moment that these two had bought the rights to something? They didn't. It was Netflix. And yeah, the story is similar to their own, oh God. So it's similar to, their own replica of their life, I believe. This book by the lake. And some kind of way they're going to tell us how they fell in love in this book and how somebody passed away. That's going to be a sad moment. And then some other stuff. I'm not watching that. The Hallmark, but obviously Netflix is going to make a film out of it. And they're fronting it. Still investing. I think I said it on my other video. Stop investing in things that keep making you lose money, because that has to have an audience. And just because she has an audience that kind of dislike her personality, I wonder why. The person that is disliked at some point have to ask himself, why do people just dislike me? They dislike me in the UK. I don't think they really care for me over here. Like, what is it? Oh, you know who they want to blame it on? They want to blame it on the YouTubers. We're pumping up conspiracies, and no, we're just telling the story. Oh, I'm gonna let you guys go. No, my best synopsis at the end of the week, at the end of this saga, would be to shut down the fantasy of that, and then come back in a year and then come out with something great. I don't think you're ready. She's done this before. She's during the COVID, then she went away after the Oprah show. And then she came back out, okay, I'm going to be doing something again. And they were in New York City, and it fell flat too. And no one's ready to see them because they haven't sat down yet. They keep popping up. And so no matter how she changes her look, or there's something that she needs to give people a moment. Because I even believe that, here's to the Sussex Squad, that even while, because they love to blame, they're good at it too. Remember when Camilla committed adultery? Camilla was not on the Oprah show talking about it. There was something in the paper that was, and then look how Meghan and Harry brought up her affair during his Spare debacle, and all he allowed Meghan to allow him to bring up all of this stuff about his life, about how horrible it was, and all this other stuff. That's stupid stuff. No, it's horrible now. And they can pretend all they want to. Harry did look happier without her. He did. But he looked nervous, like he didn't know what to do. Like, should I go left or right, Meghan? Listen, I'm out of here, guys. There was something else I wanted to say, but I forgot. Kisses to all of you. Mwah.